How many of you all are not yet, but thinking of getting into running a business?
Startup Jalsa has been a great event. Huge group of people here, lots of startups, lots of investors. Not knowing what was happening in Chandigarh, it's great to see that there is so much activity happening here. I think the ability to get so many investors and so many people here for this event for 3 days has been a tremendous amount of work on the team's part, and they've done a fabulous job on getting everyone here and putting together valuable content for the startups and organizing meetings, one-on-one meetings between the investors and the startups. So overall, I think it's been a wonderful first event that Startup Jalsa has put on. Look forward to being at many, many more.
We have an exciting lineup of segments here at Startup Jalsa over the next 3 days.
It's day one at Startup Jalsa and I'm very excited.
And who knows, get their startup funded anywhere from 10 lakhs to 10 crores. For the first time, investors pitch their VC firms to startups. We have Startup Kopcha, where startups can meet investors one-to-one. We have India Rises and Take of Government, where we have policy makers from the government. We also have interesting segments like disruption and hardware, where we will have successful startup entrepreneurs and leaders join us in panel discussions to discuss some of the new trends and upcoming areas of innovation.
This event today, tomorrow and day after will be one of the biggest ever events of this nature being organized anywhere in the country.
Startup Jalsa has done a fantastic job.
I was really delighted to see that the ecosystem is now moving from big cities to tier 2 cities or tier 1 cities, and there are so many young entrepreneurs hungry to meet the investors and meet the people and try to pitch their ideas.
It's a very well organized event. I honestly did not expect this kind of infrastructure and this kind of attendance from people. So it's very heartening, and the fact that you managed to get a Ronnie Screwwala all the way from Bombay to Chandigarh is very, very commendable.
One of the reasons why I got motivated to write the book that I just wrote called Dream With Your Eyes Open, and one of them asked me, so what about this whole thing about, you got to dream big and just go out, and if you can dream big, then it will definitely happen. And I think my initial reaction right there was, yes, but you need your feet on the ground, you need to have a plan, and frankly, you need to dream with your eyes open. More than 20 years ago, when I decided to be an entrepreneur and do something on my own, to now, we don't need 100,000 first-generation entrepreneurs, we need 10 million first-generation entrepreneurs. And if each of us then create 10 to 100 jobs, then we're going to have 100 million people employed in an entirely new ecosystem. We think we're actually a country of entrepreneurs, but there's a lot that needs to get done. And if in any small way one could inspire that this is where it needs to go, and I think the next 20 years are going to be incredible opportunities.
I was here at Startup Jalsa for meeting startup community. More than expected startups who participated. Especially the event was very vibrant, to the best. I think all the investors and all the visitors who have come in have benefited a lot along with the startups.
Disruption is about changing the way how people consume things, changing the way how they behave.
Disruption is just a way of doing things differently. It's basically the execution which causes disruption. So you look at all the market leaders, whether it's a Flipkart or a Snapdeal or any of these guys, they're all e-commerce companies. Basically, dukaan hai yaar online. It's just the way that they're executing on a day-to-day basis that is the disruption.
We are disrupting commercial real estate business. The way Amazon made server as a variable payment instead of capital payment, we made commercial space as variable instead of capital.
I'm the co-founder of a company called Satviko. We are trying to disrupt the wellness space. There are a lot of babas who have done that disruption in their own way. For me, it is using technology and some things that I know I have my strength on. So that's for me the disruption.
You get to meet people from different ecosystem. You're meeting some investors, you're meeting some people from VC community, you're meeting some founders of established companies, listening to Ronnie Screwwala. You just get to understand it. मुझे लगता है किसी भी चीज़ का basic information system ही बहुत बड़ा होता है.
Our first session today is reverse pitch.
Through entrepreneurship mixed with technological change. We conceptualize this fund after seeing first generation entrepreneurs.
What we look for the investment before investing: compelling story, problem statement, real need.
We've done
72 plus investments across the globe.
We're a seed fund and accelerator program based out of California. We invest $125,000, 5 to 7% equity.
What we really look at is the kind of problem that you're solving that has to be a pain point for masses in general.
We work not as mentors and advisors, but we believe we work as your partners. We believe that the business succeeds and fails with the entrepreneur and his vision, but typically an early stage entrepreneur does lack bandwidth in covering all of the things, key pain points that the business itself needs to grow at, and we sort of step in as your investors come partners in helping you grow your business.
It allows us to develop the ecosystem which is required in India, and I really want to encourage the young students not to find a job rather than create a job for themselves and creating more job for other people also.
You know, this is not an event where you can just get funding. Actually, a few startups came here for hiring.
नई जनरेशन है, उनको मिलता है, मौका मिलता है बात करने का. कुछ अच्छा होता है किसी के लिए तो मे भी अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है ये. It's very good.
2 hours I spent in Kopcha. I think I might myself probably hired one person, connected at least 2-3 other people to various people I know in the network, and I know it's going to help them. And found a couple of people myself that I think will be interesting to do business with.
This is the elevator pitch, where startups can pitch to investors, get their interest, and who knows, even the startup can get funded anywhere from 10 lakhs to 10 crores. And your time starts now.
Social media.
E-business managers, a mobile app, sales, online audition process.
Why does the problem still exist? Very difficult to understand. That's where the need comes.
Your time's up.
To really pull off an event like this, which with hundreds of startups, several high quality, high impact investors on board, it's really, really commendable.
Let the ideation, the inspiration, and the investments begin.
Now I am here today to take you through the journey of 3 very important hardware programs which we had done at HAL. This is the first flight of LCA legendary. Our hearts were sinking on that day. First flight is always a touch and go. There's a brake parachute on the back. He is the pilot.
How to do that perfect pitch, but over the time they realized and they fine-tuned that pitch. And we are seeing a lot of excitement from investors that they would be pursuing, a lot of 4, 5, 3 startups seriously after the event.
There's a great teamwork out here.
The best thing about that was people wanted to just get one chance to talk to the investors. They did not want any kind of investment that the investor is providing. They wanted mentoring, they wanted a vision.
There are 2 big conferences that happen in the world. So the first is World Economic Forum that happens in Davos, Web Summit that happens in Dublin. With time, we can become the Web Summit or something like that of the East, which is missing. So that is where we want to take it.
60% of the startups who participated in this event have come from areas which are not from North India. So those guys are not going to be non-serious guys. Those guys are not going to be here just for fun. These guys are really these guys really mean business, and that's what they're here for.
Delhi is the most polluted city in the world. So what if we have this pollution sensor which can be mounted, for example, in your phone, and you can stream data online and crowdsource the pollution data. So right now the device is streaming the current temperature in this room. This thing can be used to add different kind of sensors. You can plug in an ECG scanner and count your heart rate.
As a company, MobiQuest, we are operational in India, Dubai, Singapore and Malaysia, and manage 200 plus large brand loyalty programs on the mobile platform. Today as a company, we are focused on mobile loyalty, data analytics and precision marketing to be able to target each of us consumers. The offers or anything that we get from a brand are much more relevant from our perspective.
Explara.com is India's do-it-yourself ticketing platform.
Explora.com does events starting from Kochi to Chandigarh to a lot of in the NCR to all the way to Calcutta. So across. So last year we did 10,000 events. Today I'm proud to say that events like Startup Jalsa happening here in Chandigarh is huge. It exactly kind of presents that India is becoming the startup nation.
Startup Jalsa, conceptualized and organized by the Ideas Factory.
So overall, if you see, there has been a very strong and a very good lineup of people who've come down here. A lot of excitingness that have happened here, and I would say that they've supported us really well in a very great manner, and that's the reason we are here and people are appreciating it.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each one of you present here, all the investors, startups participating in the event, mentors, and every one of you.
Startup Jalsa is an amazing experience.
It gives a huge platform for us to showcase what our app or project is all about.
So we've got a lot of feedback here from a lot of other startups, from a lot of mentors.
And they're very much passionate about their work.
Networking is going to be one big thing. I'm going to be in touch with most of the networks I met here.
We will be here to meet more and more investors.
I'm here for the fund.
We also had a great interaction session with Ronnie Screwwala.
It was inspirational. The way he told us about perseverance, that that you have to keep going on.
Ecosystem and the environment out here, it's terrific.
I would definitely come back for something like this. Eye-opening thing for us.
Coming here to understand what will it take to be successful.
Startups, especially investors, and so on a single platform I could meet many of them.
Event has been very, very well organized. I didn't expect the arrangements to go so smoothly. Very interesting thing which I have felt is the quality of the entrepreneurs that the Startup Jalsa team has been able to bring together. I would definitely rate it at 4 to 4.5. Well begun is half done. Keep up the good job, and we hope to see you again next year.
Absolutely brilliant job by the Startup Jalsa team.
Kudos to the entire team.
Guys, let's back it up.